reason for that is if I go into here and H1 on another header, they're both blue. So if I want this blue and this one green, a way to do, well, we've got to tell them apart, right? So a way to do that is our second learning objective, using classes or IDs. So we can say header second, like so. So inside here, we'll need to go header second. So we're targeting that one specifically, color green, like so. So we've targeted that one specifically, we can inspect it. And you can see here, class, header second, on another header, green. So this is why, again, why I like the dev tool. So on line 3 of CSS, it said, hey, all H1s need to be blue. Then later, when it read down to line 9, it said, well, actually, if it has the class header second, it should be green. So that is crossed out because it was overridden by green, which is pretty cool. So that's how CSS works. And there's a lot more to CSS. You can get really, really deep. You can say, like we did in the first table, you know, you can say for every second child of an unordered list, give it a great background, etc. But we'll just focus on sort of the key elements that you need to get up and running. And if you're really passionate about box shadows or other things, you can go off and download those. So we want to say style 1 specific with ID. Cool. So what we'll do is we'll make another header. I just had to remember we have an HTML, so we'll copy and paste the second one. And we'll give it an ID, so ID equals header 3. So on another header, number 3, so we cover the part. Cool. So the ID is header 3. So IDs are hash, whereas classes are dot. Just bear that in mind. Color, what should this be? Purple. Okay, let's see what happens. Boom. So what you're noticing is, wow, this is purple, but it actually had the same class as green. You can see it was overridden. So what you may think is, oh, it's probably just the ordering of the CSS file. So let's see if that's true. It does not. So you can see here it's still purple, even though we used to give it header second, so that CMP should be green. What we could do is change the ordering around, so we'll say, hey, purple is first, like so, and it's still the same. So the reason for that, you can see here it's on line 2, the reason why that happens is IDs take precedent over classes. So if we say, hey, the class name says it should be green, even when this had, even when the actual element still had header second, it was shown purple. And that's because IDs take precedent. So an ID will overrule a class. So you can see here they both have the same class, but this one shows purple because IDs overrule class. So that's probably one of the most important learning concepts from this entire CSS thing. Alrighty, so where are we up to? We have learned some CSS, used classes and IDs, which is great. Now let's have some fun and Google some styles. So usually what I do, let's just say I'm using a table or a card or something, I'll go table CSS style. And honestly, jump into here. This looks a bit basic, not too bad. You know, how nice can we get it? This one's actually pretty cool. This one's pretty cool. So let's go try it yourself. We can actually just take all this styling, table, table head, table data, like so. We can actually paste that into our CSS. So table styles, like so. You definitely want comments in CSS because you can see already